Hello everyone, welcome to the round of 16 of After Hours Gaming League's tournament. As you all know by now, and if you don't know, you will know soon enough, my name is Nilkesh Desifreshmeta, and I'm going to be casting for you guys. I know I've been AFK for quite a while, but I'm finally back, and I'm really excited to be casting this game, especially since we're going to be watching Microsoft One, a team that's been so far undefeated this entire season. Facebork not had the best of times right now. 6 wins, 7 losses, but maybe they'll be the first team to take a game off of Microsoft One. Even the previous champions, well, not the champions, the previous team that Microsoft faced last season in the finals couldn't even beat Microsoft One. They're not on the same side of the bracket just yet, so we might have another Amazon Prime versus Microsoft One finals. We'll have to see. I'll be really excited for that to happen. Bit of aggression coming out from Microsoft One off the bat. They put a pretty deep ward just to gain vision of that lane path. They want to see who is actually going to be there. If they're expecting the lane swap, they want to see if they send the Severani to kind of shut down the Hecarim. Hecarim is so powerful right now. And you know what? I completely forgot the introductions, and we have some pretty new faces on the Microsoft One team. I've casted about 3 of their games, and these are two new members. We've seen Yaruru already, Ibne in the top lane, Silent J, the support. Pretty awesome Nami and Janna play coming out from him. But the 2 newcomers are going to be Awang on the Irelia and My Fleeting Dream on the Caitlyn. So let's hope that their main roster comes back soon enough, but I hope we see some pretty nice stuff coming out from these 2 newcomers. Maybe they're newcomers, I don't know. I've never seen them play. So they're newcomers to me, newcomers to you guys. And it's actually going to be Hecarim in the mid lane. So, pretty interestingly, actually. Gonna have a little bit of a tougher time against the Ziggs. He'll have that long range poke and even the auto attacks to just harass out Ibne. Ibne, we usually see him in the top lane on the Irelia a lot of the times. We've seen him twice already. So pretty funny to see someone else play that champion. Meanwhile, that bottom lane matchup, level 2 hit by Silent J. My Fleeting Dream, there it is. There's the level 2. He's going to put a bit of aggression onto TJ09. And while I have this time, let's do some introduction for that Facebook team, Facebork. It's going to be IMAPS on the Maokai in the top lane, Nubis Maximus on the Mumu jungle, Quap on the Ziggs. And that, finally, we're going to have Severani, Ite, and TJ09 making up that bottom lane. Like I said before, Bard is not a champion. Well, I didn't say this before. Bard is not a champion we've seen very often. I'm going to be pretty excited to see how Silent J plays this out. He's on the Nami. He was really on point with those Aqua Prisons on the Janna. His play was absolutely amazing. Let's see if he's adapted to this new champion, if he can effectively pull him off. A lot of people say he really only works in specific team compositions, and the ultimate can either make or break your team. Meanwhile, Ibne, bit of aggression. Taken down, not too low, just chunked. Ooh, Disintegrate coming out from TJ09. Just a little bit of poke. Their stun is active. Bard, just throwing out those Qs. Getting that skill shot whenever you can. Trying to hit it. Doesn't get it though. It's okay. Happens to everyone. You know, Irelia and Maokai in the top lane. Irelia does have a really... She has a nice time against Maokai. Later on, ooh, TJ09 taken very low. The Ignite's going to be taken. That's going to be the first blood. Going over to Silent J now. Ite has to back off. The Sivir poke is going to be too much for him to survive in that lane. Really clean kill as well. They saw that Silent J was roaming, maybe to get meeps, or not meeps, chimes, and they tried to go aggressive onto My Fleeting Dream, but really quick turnaround by that Bard, able to get a nice kill. And that's what I was saying before, the Irelia should have a fine time in that lane against Maokai. Usually he fares well against enemy laners that don't have too much sustain, but with the Hiten style, Irelia should be fine. I wouldn't be surprised to see her even max that just for extra sustain. Meanwhile, Ibane caught out by the bandage toss. It's going to be a quick kill. The flash will be coming out from Nubis Maximus. Ibane doesn't have an escape ability. He's going to be relying on that Rampage just to get out of any sticky situation. Devastating Charge, not Rampage. I don't know why I thought it was Rampage is cute. Silent J is just going to be healing himself up using those little shrines that he puts down. I'm actually getting a little bit out-dueled by IMAPs. He is maxing the Hiten style, like I said before, just wants that sustain in this lane. And once he actually uses the active, any health that Maokai does start building up should be melting fairly quickly. But there's the level 6 advantage for IMAPs. I already used Aluang. Actually, it's Aluang. I thought it was an I. It's Aluang. He did already use that ultimate just to clear out the wave, sustain up a little bit. That bottom lane matchup's actually pretty difficult for TJ and Ait as well. My Fleeting Dream will just be able to essentially outrange the Sivir. They're going to rely a lot on their poking ability. Level 6, they do have a fairly nice chance of getting a kill with the anti-stun. So much damage coming out from her. So once we hit level 6 in that bottom lane, I'm expecting a bit of action. And like I said previously, Ibane just going to get poked out. The fact that he's level 6 now does give him options to actually go in, just pop that ultimate, get behind the Ziggs, push him back away from safety with the Devastating Charge, and most likely get a kill. We may just wait for the Rek'Sai to show her face in that mid lane before seeing a kill. Ibane content with farming up, but actually I should just move that around because that's where they're actually supposed to be going. Even picks up a quick Merc Treads as well. Just gonna keep himself healthy with the resistances. Hecarim's so reliant on items. No, I don't see it's not a surprise that he'd rather just farm it up. Looks like Yururu looking for a gank in that bottom lane. Silent J, can he get a stun onto someone? The Annie prime choice right now. He's gonna get a bit of a move speed with his shrine, but they're not going to get anything. They do force them away for the time being. My Fleeting Dream and Silent J very close to hitting level 6, and we could already see Yururu looking for round 2. There are no wards for Ait. They know he's there. Well, they don't know he's there, but Silent J, he's going to be the one to engage at him. Or Yururu. They're walking very dangerously far out. Ait gonna be the target. No, it's actually gonna be TJ09. He flashes away, but that's Yururu getting the knock-up. The damage is coming out. That's gonna be Yururu taking the kill onto TJ09. Warded with a kill, and this could even be a dragon. They see the Amumu. He was spotted out by a ward placed by Aluang. So this dragon is essentially free. Ibane has gone back, but with the teleport, he'll be able to join his team very quickly. Rome coming out from Co-op right now. Just wants to spot out this dragon attempt. They don't put too much damage onto it just yet. Silent J getting chunked down to half health. Here comes Nubis Maximus as well. There is vision in that area. It looks as though Ibane wants to go in onto Nubis Maximus. He's just going to walk away from that. Meanwhile, it looks like Ait just sidestepping the Bard ultimate, but the damage is too much. Silent J getting the kill with the auto attack. Looks as though the camera really likes the top lane. Aluang with the advantage in that top lane. IMAPs, just be careful. Has a catalyst though. Once he hits level 9, once he actually hits any level, he'll have that regeneration to keep himself fairly healthy. But TJ09 walking very close to that Caitlyn, gets stunned up by the Bard and chunked out, forced away for the time being. Ooh, Yururu looks as though he's taking a red buff, getting fairly low. That's another thing about the Hecarim. he has a lot of sustain from his W. Just throw that, just use that, clear the wave, and you should stay fairly healthy. It is capped on minions and monsters, jungle monsters. So it's not infinite sustain, but it allows him to stay in that lane a little bit longer against the Ziggs. He even has that flask to keep himself healthy. Ibane gonna be able to take that blue buff by himself, for himself. Most likely going back. We can actually see how much gold he has. 500 gold. So not too big of an item. Has the home guards as well. I really like that pickup because it essentially allows him to get to lane a lot faster, and if he decides to go for that home guard play, it's going to be so potent. Ooh, Alwang uses that Bleed Surge. Looks a little bit too far, but IMAPs can't do too much, especially now that Alwang has the components of a bit of the Ruined King. With the lifesteal, the Maokai's not going to be doing too much. Using the Blaze Source to close the gap. There's the Smite going down as well for the slow, as well as the Cutlass active, but this Maokai looks as though he's going to try and get away. He will not be able to. Alwang, one more tower hit would have taken him down, but he's very low. He'll be able to survive, however. That's another kill going over for Microsoft One. Noobs Maximus just going to have to take away that red buff. You can already see Yururu looking for some action. He knows that Amumu's there, goes in, gets that knockup. Red buff on the Amumu, but he can't fight this Rek'Sai. That's going to be a kill. No, Curse of the Sad Mummy's going down. The spike doesn't hit, and Nubis Maximus will be able to survive for now. Really dangerous moment for that Amumu. Did not want to give over the red buff. Meanwhile, IMAP's teleporting to the top lane. Alwang nowhere to run. There's the slow coming out from the sapling. Once that eventual Maelstrom pops, it's going to do a hell of a lot of the damage. Can Alwang survive it? No, he cannot. That's going to be a kill going over to IMAPs. Nothing you can really say about that. Alwang just stayed a little bit too long. And once the Maokai showed his face, he even had the Righteous Glory to close the gap even faster. So that does put Facebork on the board in terms of kills. Oh, a nice double stun coming out from Silent J. But TJ09 is the one that's going to be taking all of the damage. He does throw down the Tibbers. So just a bit of damage onto My Fleeting Dream, but it's not going to do too much, especially since he has the health potions. Meanwhile, on Ite, similar items, but actually not even similar items. Ite doesn't have a BF sword. Meanwhile, ooh, Silent J, very close to getting caught out. Bandage toss, almost connecting. You can obviously tell I don't usually color cast, guys. I am primarily a play-by-play caster. You can obviously tell that. Silent J with the roam actually gets caught out by the bandage toss. He's just gonna use that magical journey and make a quick escape. My Fleeting Dream will be taking Gromp as well. Bit of counter jungling for Nubis Maximus. Can't really do too much as well. No one on his team to follow up. But I like the vision that's being put down by Facebork. They have complete control. They don't have control of the river, but they have complete vision of that river. They'll know when and where the enemy encroaches upon their jungle. But with that bottom lane tower going down, that does open up the side entrances, and they're going to have to be careful. Meanwhile, Alwang taking a kill in the top lane onto IMAPs. He could actually go back and try and help his team right there, but with no teleport, it's going to make a really very close steal by Co-op. The smite wasn't on point. That would have gone over to Team Facebook. But Yururu showing us why he is the jungler with that secure. Alwang just going to be taking that top lane tower. We're just going to watch the Irelia pounce down. 10. Nope. We're not. Camera's going to go over to Co-op. Nope. Back to Irelia. Look at the mid lane. Now back at me. Back in the mid lane. Co-op getting stunned up against that minion. A lot of damage. Coming out from the... Yeah, a lot of the damage coming out from the Bard. Deceptively so. Deceptive damage coming out from Bard. You don't expect the Bard to do that much damage, but he's doing work. He actually is bursting him quite enough. That was just the one combo. There's really only one damage spell for the Bard, so it's impressive when you can do that much. Anubis Maximus with the Raptor buff will be able to clear out some vision. Meanwhile, Ait gonna be shoving in that bottom lane against Ururu. No one else from that blue team there. Oh, looks like Sanjay's coming in with the roam. IMEPS, can he escape? There's the stun from the Bard. He will not be able to. Twisted Advance was used to go onto Sanjay. And he actually takes another kill from his team. 3 kills onto Silent J already. This is what you call a support carry, guys. Doa would be proud. Doa would be proud of Silent J right now. This is what you call support carry. Iruru taking that red buff. Meanwhile, Ibane takes the blue buff. Sorry about that, guys. Mic cut out a little bit. As I was saying before, Skullcrab did go over to Team Facebork. Better King finished by Lu Wang. He's going to be able to do a lot of work in that top lane. I wouldn't be surprised to see Trinity Force coming out from him as his next item. It's usually either the Blade of the Ruined King or Trinity Force. I usually see on the Irelias. He might just build tanky after this. His team doesn't exactly have a lot of immediate front line. The Hecarim will be deceptively tanky with his W. Rek'Sai working on what looks to be Randuin's at the moment. Ooh, Nubis Maximus. Banish Toss going towards Fleeting Dream, but didn't connect. Meanwhile, ooh, here comes the teleport coming out from IMEPS. We're going to be seeing some action. They're going to try and go down onto My Fleeting Dream, but there is the ultimate coming out from Bard, stunning up the Sivir. Silent J just going to throw down that Magical Journey, but can he escape? There's the Twisted Advance, locking him in place, and that's going to be another kill. It's going to go over to IMEPS again. Really the only one with some kills on the board, and with that was 4 members showing themselves in the bottom lane. This is just going to allow Aloe complete control of that top lane, pushing that out. Nubis Maximus was there to stop the Irelia from pushing too far, so they didn't exactly lose the tower. Ibane though, oh, going in with the Onslaught of Shadows. They take a first kill onto Aloe. There's the Ziggs ultimate, chunking down everyone so quickly. Ibane very low. That's IMEPS taking the kill. Aloe shutting down the Maokai finally, but they lift Ait alive for a little bit too long. The flash will be coming out for him, trying to escape from the Irelia. He's flashing away as well, but Nubis Maximus with the smite will not be able to follow up. There's the Curse of the Sad Mummy finally going down by that Amumu. Ururu trying to get something out of this. This is still going to be a 3. It's going to be a 3 for 3 in the favor. Actually, didn't go in anyone's favor. That's just a 3 for 3. Nubis Maximus walking a little bit too far out. The Ignite's going to be ticking, but he should be able to survive. Had the health potions to keep himself alive. There's a very far Magical Journey used by Sanjay, but that might just be him dying. Does have the Shrine to keep himself alive. TJ09 didn't have anyone to follow up on that immediately. Aoluang will be using that Transcendent Blades to clear out that wave as best as he can. Maokai going in, but can't exactly do too much. Dragon up in 1 minute, so hopefully we see some vision coverage being put down by both of those teams. Aoluang really wants this fight against IMEPS. Bouncing Bomb will force him away for the time being. There's Ururu and Ibane going in, trying to steal away this blue buff, and that does indeed go over to Ururu. Grump. That's actually really going to hurt the Ziggs, the fact that he won't have the blue buff to just throw down constant poke around the dragon. It's going to hurt their objective control. Didn't really have too much of it in the beginning. That Ziggs was kind of their only factor for that. They could... Maokai saplings could be used to an extent, but it's not going to do big. It's not going to be that big of an impact when it actually comes down to it. Microsoft One grouping around this dragon as well as Team Facebork. IMEP's down to half mana, but he'll be joining his team as well. Let's see if he can do something. Let's check out the vision coverage on both teams. Actually pretty nice vision coverage. They know exactly where everyone is. Right now, Microsoft One, they're pressuring that mid lane. Gonna try and force Facebork to make a decision of either taking the dragon or defending that mid lane tower. Ibne still applying that pressure in the mid lane. They're forcing someone to his position right now, and let's see if they can do something with this. This is going to be a really big team fight coming up. Team Facebork, as it is, Ibne just constantly applying the pressure. This is really nice play by Microsoft One right now. Silent J almost getting the stun onto IMAPs, but that is not the target that they want. Sivir in that bottom lane will be clearing out the wave. Aluang has his teleport as well, so now that he's applying pressure in the top lane and they know IMAPs doesn't have his teleport up yet, Aluang will be able to push that top lane out, force someone to his position, and possibly go for the teleport, getting the 4v5. There's the teleport coming out from Aluang right now. Silent J, are we going to be seeing the ultimate coming out, locking down everyone? Right now, we do see the Rek'Sai in the jump. Oh, in the pit. There's a nice ultimate coming out from Silent J. Gets a stun out onto TJ09. That's the dragon secured by actually the red team. That's going to be Anubis Maximus with the smite taking the dragon. Curse of the Silent Mummy does come out, but his team is already dying. IMEPS will die. Who's this going to go over to, though? It's going to be to my fleeting dream. Ibne going very far, forcing away Ait. He's at full health, but he was forced away so quickly by Ibne in that fight that his team just didn't have the consistent damage of the Sivir. Sure, Microsoft won. They lost the dragon, but they pick up 3 kills as a result of that, and they can most likely get this mid lane tower as well if they try to pressure it. Instead, they'll be happy with the kills they got, and they're going to back away for now. Ibne still in that bottom lane. Ururu and Silent J encroaching upon the jungle of Facebork. I did not expect the Dragon Steel to come out as easily as it did for Anubis Maximus. He essentially just walked into that pit, stole the dragon, and tried to walk out. He did end up dying, but it's more about taking away the second dragon buff than getting the first dragon buff. Trinity Force completed by Ibne as well, so hit that nice power spike. If they force a fight right now, they are going to be looking really powerful. Infinity Edges on both of those 80 carries, but Fleeting Dream is still so far ahead of Ait. Ibne, they tried to go on to him, but they couldn't really secure anything. Anubis Maximus going to be filling in that Rek'Sai tunnel. Doesn't want an immediate appearance of the Void Burrower. There's the randomins completed by Ururu as well. So items quickly being completed, and we now My Fleeting Dream actually getting caught out. Onslaught of Shadows will be used by the Hecker, and My Fleeting Dream getting dangerously close to dying. TJ09 does get stunned up, so they can't follow up just yet. Magical Journey will keep him alive for now, and Silent J with the Bard plays, keeping his 80 carry alive. Now Ibne wants to go for this fight. Curse of the Saturn, he's going to be locking down Aluang, but he wants to go very far, straight onto the Sivir, and he gets the kill. Not Quap. He's going to have to escape. Bouncing Bomb does absolutely nothing because it doesn't hit anyone, and right now Ururu going in with the knock up onto Moo. It's going to result in a triple kill for Aluang. Ziggs, he's going to be the only member alive for his team, but the damage is already done. It's going to be a 4-0 in favor of Microsoft One, and they're going to be able to take the second tier mid lane tower with a huge lead and a great, absolute great play by Bard right there. That was amazing. Amazing plays by Silent Jake, not only keeping his team alive, but then subsequently using his ultimate to allow Ibne to set up a position behind them. He was already on the side of them, but the time that it took for him to get there for the flank, it was set up by the ultimate by Silent J. But you can't talk about that fight and not mention Aloing. Immediately flashes, gets the first kill onto Ite. Then that's essentially the downfall of Facebork. They've lost their AD carry. Sure, she didn't have too much gold to begin with, but constantly shutting down the Sivir is just going to prevent her from ever doing any damage with only the Infinity Edge. And now an Avarice in our inventory. If you look on the side of Microsoft One, Fleeting Dream has her Infinity Edge, has the Static Shiv, working on a Last Whisper right now. She's really the only person on her team that has a completed item. Ite is really the only person that has one completed item. The rest of her team really has about 2 at this point. Maokai, Righteous Glory, and Frozen Heart. The Amumu has the enchantment, the Cinderhole enchantment. Sightstone puts him a little bit behind, but it does give his team vision control. Working on a second Righteous Glory. Luden's Echo, as well as an Athene's Unholy Grail on Quap. They really need to put some gold in the Sivir's pockets, otherwise she's just going to be immediately taken out of the fights. And as their consistent damage, they really can't afford that. The late game is in Microsoft One's favor. They have the Irelia, they have the Hecarim as well, and the Caitlyn. They really can't do anything against this late game Microsoft One team. Nubis Maximus catches out Silent J into jungle. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb. Gonna go clear out that wave. TJ09 actually popping the Talisman of Ascension, possibly going for a kill into a Fleeting Dream, but he wasn't able to do that. Tries to go for the stun. Ibne also with the charge onto the Ziggs. Doesn't get everything. Newest Maximus sidestepping the stun, but that's going to be Silent J with a kill onto the Amumu. Gets the slow onto IMAPs, even stunned up by Silent J. But the Maokai should be able to just walk away from this. Nope, there's the Magical Journey. Gonna put Rek'Sai in the middle of that fight. Gets the knockup onto Maokai. And they'll be fine. They pick up another kill, another 2 easy kills. But Quap effectively clearing out the wave. They're not going to be able to pressure this tower just yet. There's the ultimate coming out from Silent J. It does lock down Quap long enough for his team to follow up. And Aloing taken very low. A kill. Actually, not a kill. That was just an execution of Silent J. No goals being given over. Yuru wants to go for TJ09. Has the damage to take him very low. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, it looks as though my Fleeting Dream was able to 1v1 Ite right there. This is just Microsoft One really spreading their presence across the entire map. Top lane, mid lane, bottom lane. There is just no breathing room for Team Facebork right now. Keep in mind, guys, this is a best of 3, so even if Facebork lose this match, they still have a chance of winning this series. At this point, they're so far behind against the late game team comp that they should just really talk about what they can do to win the next game, what they should plan for, what they should prepare. Use this time, play this game out. You can still attempt a comeback, but it's really unlikely due to how far Microsoft One is right now. Last whisper being completed by My Fleeting Dream. This is just going to be a stomp. The next team fight will be a stomp. Nubis Maximus does get a little bit of damage down onto him. Stun did not really connect. Aluang still in that top lane. They really want that top lane tower. And here comes the roam from the rest of Facebork. Aluang not even feeling the damage coming out from IMEPs at this point. Twisted Advance does nothing. Arcane Smash, nothing. Ibne and My Fleeting Dream in that mid lane will try and push it out. Nubis Maximus, he's gonna try and go for this fight, but that's a lot of damage down onto him. That's the Trinity Force power right there by Ibne, and he gets the kill with his devastating charge. Now Quap and TJ09 and Ait trying to get this kill. Ibne does survive a little bit longer with the assistance of Silent J's ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. He still falls in a 2-for-1. Ooh, Aluang. He wanted to go in. He actually goes straight down onto Ait. Flash and a heal will be used by that Sivir. Meanwhile, Mega Inferno Bomb from the Ziggs just clearing out the wave. That tower still at full health. My Fleeting Dream would rather just farm up. But they do force away the Facebork team, and Aluang with the Blade Surge. Quap, he needed to know that he could not have stayed there, otherwise he would have died. More gold onto the Irelia is exactly what they don't need. They cannot afford to make mistakes like those. I did say previously that it's pretty hopeless for Facebork right now, but it doesn't excuse plays like that. It really doesn't. Dragon should be up in about 2.5 minutes. That'll most likely be where the teams are going to be headed. If anything, Microsoft One, they've really been playing the slow game. They don't want to push their lead. It's still a bit of mid game left. There's still a bit of mid game left. And oh, there it is. The Baron call coming out from Microsoft One. They're gonna try and end this. Get this Baron buff. Push as 5. They can even do a 1-3-1 split if they really wanted to. Ibne and Aluang do have teleport to be there. 3 members of the Facebook team trying to go onto Aluang, but IMEPs didn't have his Twisted Advance up just yet. Ibne with the teleport, gonna try and assist it Irelia, but now he's the one that's been caught out. Onslaught of Shadows will be used as an escape tool right now. So the 1-3-1 dream isn't... It may not happen anymore, but the 1-4 dream, it's possible. Aluang does have teleport up very soon. They can just push that top lane out along with mid lane. My Fleeting Dream. Look the damage that's coming out from this Kaelin. Just absolutely destroying the Amumu. That crit with the crit was just so much. It was the crit and the Caitlyn passive. I forgot what it's called. The headshot. A headshot crit. Silent J, Yuru pushing that bottom lane. Ait and Quap will try and defend this. A lot of damage coming out from Silent J just right there. Putting the Ziggs to half health. You really don't expect that from the Bard. IMEPs going in. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb trying to chunk down Fleeting Dream, but it's not enough. A lot of fancy feet work coming out from Fleeting Dream right there, but they do manage to finish him off, but they leave Irelia alone in the top lane. Ike taking the magical journey. He is going to get stunned up. The ignite and an auto attack from Silent J will be getting the kill. Now Yaruru, he's going to be used as the escape tool for Nubis Maximus, and that's a nice stun going down onto Yaruru by Annie. Looks as though the fight's still going on. Curse of the Sad Mommy will be locking down Yaruru, but TJ09 takes too much damage and he is going to fall. Now Nubis Maximus He should be able to escape. He's tanky enough, but Yaruru doesn't even care about the tower. A nice ultimate by Silent J. This essentially removing the tower from the equation. Really nice play by the Bard right there. Ibne, while all of that was happening, I believe he also managed to get a kill onto the Ziggs. So he takes out the Ziggs. He's going to make his way to that mid lane. Take that out with the assistance of the Irelia. And now this looks as though it's going to be game for Microsoft 1. We have the minions pushing in with the Baron buff against the Nexus Tower. That one's going to fall. We saw the Mega Inferno Bomb just used right there to try and clear it out, but it's too much. All 5 members are up, but look at the damage coming out from Alueng right there. They get this kill onto Ite right there. The Nexus already down to half health, and this actually could be Microsoft 1 backing off for right now. My fleeting dream is doing the dragon buff. That's going to be the 3rd dragon for Microsoft 1. Alueng going in with this Nexus kill. Content with farming up though. 2 members are down, Ite and TJ09. Alueng, all they really have to do is attack this Nexus. Silent J with the Bard ultimate, locking down Quap. And, when is that last auto attack coming out? Come on, guys. 1, there it is. 50 gold going over to my fleeting dream. Not my fleet, wow. 50 gold going over to Alueng. And that's going to be game 1 of this best of 3. Stay tuned for game 2.